Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talk Spurs, and today I'm going to be explaining to you why Tottenham need to sign Antonio Nusa. But before I get into it, if you are new to the channel, why don't you leave a like on the video, subscribe to Sonny Talk Spurs and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. Now, let's get into this deep dive. Now, just under a week ago, Fabrizio Romano gave a little bit of a transfer nugget of information to us Tottenham fans, which we haven't had any transfer news for a while. One, on the channel, and two, just in general. And he said that Tottenham are following Club Brugge wonderkid Antonio Nusa. They have sent scouts to watch him recently, and many clubs across Europe appreciate the player. So you're probably wondering, who is Antonio Nusa? Because I didn't know who he was when I first saw this tweet. So I've done my research. He's 18 years old. He's Norwegian. He's called the Norwegian Neymar. I've watched his compilations, obviously, and he looks like a fantastic player and probably actually the perfect Ange player because, as you are well known, as most of us Tottenham fans are, when it comes to the January transfer window, we are still keen to sign a striker come winger type player. And Nusa fits this profile. Obviously, we were linked previously with Gift Orban, and we ended up signing Brennan Johnson, but I'd say he's more of an out-and-out winger who can grab himself a goal. We've seen how good he is on that left-hand side. But currently, Tottenham have a weird situation with their forward line. Obviously, Dejan Kulusevski has got the right wing spot on lock. Son's being played through the middle. And, if you've seen my recent video on Richarlison, his future might be a bit unknown. Go and watch that video afterwards to see where he might be going. But we've also got Manor Solomon out injured, and Ivan Perisic is out injured, but also potentially leaving the club to Ajax split. So there's still promise for a young winger to come in and make his mark. And, Nusa is only just 18. And obviously, I've taken a deep dive into his stats, watched his compilations. He is an electric player. The Norwegian Neymar, the nickname doesn't get thrown around willy-nilly, does it nowadays? But I just, I've got him on screen right now. His goal contributions at the age of 18 are quite impressive, in my opinion. In 75 appearances across his career so far, he's got 10 goals and 5 assists, which for a winger, I think is really good. Obviously, this season, he has, 2 goals, 2 assists in 9 appearances in the league. So he's definitely coming on leaps and bounds. And last season, in the Champions League, with 4 appearances, he got 1 goal as well. So, good reading. And obviously, we know Tottenham are heading towards, we're in this era now of our stat-based signings. So, interesting to see, is this going to be the first player that Johan Lang wants to bring to the club as our new technical director? Because I'd be all for it. I think he fits the profile player wants. He can actually play across the whole of the front line, really. Left wing, right wing, centre forward, just behind the striker, actually, as well. And left mid, according to Transfermarkt as well. So, that's really interesting. He's played, 20 appearances as a left winger, 10 as a right winger, 6 as a centre forward, 1 as a left midfield, and 1 as a second striker. So interesting, state of play for that player, because I think Ange is looking for versatile forwards, versatile players in every position, really. And Nusa seems to fit the bill. And maybe this is actually a cheaper alternative to Gift Orban. I was keen to sign Gift Orban. He also looked like a good player as well for Tottenham to get. But obviously, we seem to be shopping in the Belgian league. Gift Orban also was obviously a player at Ghent. We're looking at Club Brugge now. Sort of what Brighton do. They seem to have found a very good stomping ground when it comes to the Belgian league. And, it is a top league. There's some good players coming out there. We obviously know how solid the Belgian national side have been over, recent years, last decade or so. But I'll tell you what, and I was impressed when I saw this. Obviously, I reference FB Rev quite a lot when it comes to his stats. And the amount of green on this man is impressive. I'm going to have it on screen right now. Just look. It is so impressive for an 18-year-old as well. And, his non-penalty XG, 0.35. His non-penalty goals aren't strong, but, he is a winger. He is still young. His shots total, he averages quite a lot of shots, 2.89. Assists, 0.31. Non-penalty XG plus XAG is 0.51. Obviously, his passing needs some work. And and his successful take-ons as well. So I'd like to think a manager like Ange could bring the best out of him. But look, his touches in the attacking penalty area, 6.96. So he's obviously getting into those areas really well. Progressive passes, not too bad, 7.90. And even look, his defensive numbers are quite good. Tackles, interception, blocks, clearances, aerials, 1. So he is getting in the right positions defensively as well, which is very, very interesting. So I think January is going to be quite interesting for Tottenham. Obviously, with the current situation with injuries, will a winger be a priority? Hard to tell, really. It depends about, if Richarlison stays as well after the Saudi news. But obviously, I expect Tottenham to prioritise a centre-back because of the situation with Micky van der Ven. Obviously, Maddison out until January as well, but our midfield is sort of covered. But we know that those are the two areas. It seems to be centre-back, left-footed preferably, and also a winger come striker type. And I think Nusa will, he could fetch a pretty penny, but I think he'll be a cheaper option to what I've seen touted about with certain players. And as I say, the stat-based signing, I'm fully backing it. I think we can actually give, teams like Brentford and Brighton a run for their money and actually pick these players up before they do. And we have got the manager who can coach these players to hopefully become world-class stars. Still with, we talk about Son and that, not getting any younger, is he? He's obviously become a striker as well, but we just obviously want to get more wingers into the team. Obviously, Brennan Johnson can play on the right as well, so that helps out the Kulusevski situation. So, yeah, it's going to be quite a hopefully a fluid front three at Tottenham in seasons to come. But I think it'd be a great signing if we pick him up, but hopefully, after seeing that our scouts are watching, hopefully he offers something good for them to come home with, and then we hopefully sign him. But let me know, what do you make of Antonio Nusa? Do you think it'd be a good signing, or should we actually be going for some names, mainly in January? What do you want us to do in January as well? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, obviously. Subscribe to Sonny Talks Spurs and hit that notification bell because it lets you know when I've gone live. I've been Sonny, and I'll see you pretty soon, and a ciao.